Fridays, we try and enter various sectors and bring you issues that are happening in these sectors, how we can expand conversations, how the government part can be played, individual, when it comes to corporate Ghana and all that, how we can all play our part to at least make the country a better one. And today, we are looking at this topic that has really made waves for a very long time. That has to do with food glut. And you know, we've been talking about rice, we've been talking about maize, we've been talking about onion, we've been talking about tomatoes and all that. But there's a man in studio who is going to share with us. Recently, they had or held a press conference to tell the government, right, we have a lot of food stuff. We have rice in the system, but maybe it's not being purchased. We know that the National Buffer Stock Company that we had a conversation with over this week indicated that the government has released some funds. First, 100 million Ghana cedis, another 100 million Ghana cedis, that make it 200 million Ghana cedis to offset or to buy some of these items. But extensively, let's have a conversation in studio and understand what really the issue is and how best it can be solved. In studio is Dr. Charles Nyaba, who is the former executive director for Peasant Farmers Association of Ghana, and he actually led the charge, bringing all the rice associate or the farmers association together and other stakeholders to really put their voice out there that something better can be done when it comes to the issue of food glut in the country. Welcome, Doc.
Thank you.
How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good.
We are grateful that when we called on you, you heard us and you've come to the studio this morning. Tell us about this press conference you held recently to push the agenda that we can resolve the issue of food glut, or we have too much in the system and we are not paying attention to.
Yeah, so before I start, let me say good morning to my other committee members. I'm sure they are listening. And then to City News, let me show my appreciation. When the issue came and I met Bernard and then the general manager, Atamensa.
Yes.
I think the following day he settled and then we traveled together to Nasia. He went and looked at it. And since then, you've been carrying out the stories, going to our farming areas, visiting our farmers. So the farmers are very happy. And they wish I extend their appreciation to City News. Not only that, you remember the rice glut in 2019, where you also mount another campaign, Eat Ghana Rice, even leading to shortage at the time. That shows how, I mean, you are reaching out and changing lives in the rural areas. So we are very, very, very happy, and we appreciate what you are doing for us. Let me also appreciate the coalition. I mean, we are not doing this alone. We have Association of Rice Millers and Producers. We have Peasant Farmers Association of Ghana. We have Chamber of Agribusiness Ghana, National Seed Trade Association, General Agriculture Workers Union, Ghana Rice Interprofessional Body, Rice Millers, Rice Marketers and Distributors Association, Private Rice Millers Association, Mechanization Service Providers. They are all part of this coalition. And they are contributing in terms of resources, their energy, and everything to ensure that we achieve what we are looking for. So I want to say good morning to all of them who are listening this morning. Now to come to the substantive matter, I think as a country, we should have all been celebrating if we hear that farmers produce enough and there's glut, because prices are expected to come down. But when you come to Accra and other cities in Ghana, you realize that the cost doesn't match up with what we produce and we are looking for market and what is being sold in the urban areas. And this is partly because when we come to conversation and policies on food systems, our policy makers always focus on only the production part. The food system comprises of so many things. We are looking at the production, we are looking at the marketing, we are looking at processing, we are looking at value addition, and we are looking at other auxiliary services like mechanization services. We are also looking at those who are supplying extension services, those who are also supplying mechanization. I mean, all this come to complete the food system. So if you have a policy that every year we continue to support farmers to produce, and after production, we leave them on their own. Whatever happened to the output doesn't matter. It will bring us to where we are today. So you travel from here to northern part of the country, to areas like Fumbisi, Yarba, Gulumbilisi, Navungu, Nasia, Wungu, Janga. You come to
So
northern.
these are all communities.
Yeah, that are producing huge volumes of rice. You go to Nantong, you go to Yendi, you go to Dalong. In fact, yesterday there is a story in Dalong, maybe along the line when there is time, I'll tell you. There is huge sums of rice piled up there and people cannot sell.
Wow.
When we come to southern part, you go to places like Oti region, Dambai, Hohoi, Afife, all those areas, farmers are produced and they can sell. Yet we spend over 1.1 million US dollars in importing rice just this year. So it's something I myself, I can't imagine. I don't know what is wrong with us. And the rice we are bringing, if it were even quality rice, I don't have problem. Our checks found that most of the rice that are coming in, they come through the illegal borders. So the moment they manage to get them in country, they rebag them in other brands. Oh. Okay? And because these rice are expired in the countries where they produce, like Vietnam, Thailand, India, I mean, the prices are low. Apart from that, in those areas, they get loans with almost zero interest. When you go to Japan to take loan for agricultural activities, they rather give you something, so negative interest. But we take loans with interest of not less than 36% to produce. So there's no way you allow these people to come in without taxes, and you expect the price to be the same as what we have here.
Is it that the farmers maybe haven't really sat down with the government on how best to take what they are producing, or you think we are producing too much that the government cannot really take? And also when it comes to the support of other agencies in this country, you think that we are producing too much as farmers and we are not able to match up when it comes to being bought and all that?
No, I do not think so. Because if you look at our 2024 production, we are doing about 50% of domestic production. What is there, even if you increase, we are looking at 60, 70%. The problem is that government have not paid attention to the issues of surplus. Okay? We have very good policies, and I must be honest with you, the government is more serious to see agri work in terms of policy. But when it comes to the actual action, that's where we have the problem. If you look at the Feed Ghana project, a program, which some of us happen to, take part in, is drafting and then sensitization. Fantastic program. It contains all the things that we've been talking about. But the problem has to do with the political will to ensure that we implement areas that will address some of these challenges that we talk about.
But in this country, we saw planting for food and jobs. We saw government policies that were coming around for food and jobs. Is it that in a way some of these policies that have been brought on, and the previous administration has also brought on some policies to sort of help the trade of farmers and all that? You think that all these policies have been really played the role enough for us to get to a point where we can say that we are self-sufficient and we can go ahead and produce and also consume same in this country?
You see, I have been very, very consistent when it comes to our Ministry of Food and Agriculture and the kind of policies they develop for the sector. Planting for food and jobs, 100%. The policy was 100%. The president, vision for the agriculture sector, through his ministers, 100%. Koto did well, he meant well. But the problem has to do with going to the grassroots and ensure that these visions that they have translate to the people. Or to put it another way, the people who are supposed to do the actual implementation, actually implement them to the latest.
Okay.
The same thing. Proud to the 2024 elections, we sat with the current president, His Excellency, John Mahama, face to face. He's also a farmer. We discussed. And the vision he has for this country, fantastic.
Okay.
The same with Bomia. So, and those visions have actually reflected in the Feed Ghana project. But the problem has to do with, it comes to the actual implementation. And we, those who are beneficiaries, at the same time, the main drivers of change are then left out. I say this because I just want to give typical example without maybe being vindictive to anybody. When we got the announcement on 23rd September that National Food Buffer Stock will be buying maize and rice from us, we celebrated. Being a farmer leader, I got a lot of calls from the members when our NAFCO come in to buy our grains. I told you earlier, in Tumu, people produce maize since 2024. The maize is stocked there.
2024?
2024. They are just looking for a buyer to offer any price.
But is it difficult for the maize to be brought from the north to the south?
A farmer cannot do that. And it is the middleman who go and take it at a giveaway price and bring it to Accra and put the price 2-3 times what they took from the farmer. So when we got the announcement, we were all excited. Farmers keep calling me. So I was still waiting. Then one day I decided to call NAFCO to find out when are they coming. So, oh, contracts have already been given and they've even finished buying. So I was shocked. So I asked, so where did you buy? Who are those who got the contracts? As at now, I'm still waiting for those answers.
How many bags of rice do we have in the system, maybe from your checks? Or what is the quantity we have in the system? Let's start with rice that you think is in excess.
So as at second week of October, when we started this whole thing, we just did some checks of our warehouses in northern, upper east, and northeast. And we have more than 200,000 metric tons. When the new harvest started, that's the 2025 harvest, that one is 2024 produce that we stock with our market. When the harvest started and we started taking the data, as of today, we harvested over 300,000 metric tons in upper east, 200,000 metric tons in northeast, 300,000 metric tons in northern region, 50,000 metric tons in Volta, 20,000 in upper west, and then 30,000 in Savannah. Currently being harvested and nobody's even asking.
Over 200,000.
I'm telling you. Now, the problem is it's more problematic this year because the harvest is not complete. Those who have not harvested, we don't know what will happen to them because we used to do butter.
Okay.
If you bring your combine, you harvest my rice, because at that time, most farmers don't have any resources. You harvest 1 acre, I give you 1 bag. This year, combine harvesters say they won't take it because what they've taken, they don't have anybody to buy. So you go to those areas, you go to Yarba, for instance, rice is still about 50% is not harvested because farmers don't have money to pay for the services of combine harvesters. Are you getting it? Now, our fear is that by December, people will start burning the bush. And when fire gets into rice farm, it's more than pouring petrol in water and in fire. We are likely to lose all that. The few who have been able to harvest, even places to store them is a problem. They have some basic expenditure to meet. They can't. This call or this campaign emanated from the people, not us. It's the farmers who are calling. What are we doing? This is about life and death. Because if you don't get market for this produce, we will either be jailed because some of them took loans. So we need to do something. It is only unfortunate that with all these calls we are making, government is adamant. We've not had any proper engagement with government to say, how do we look at your problem?
Eric Opoku hasn't had a conversation
Not
with you?
Not yet. We are waiting.
John Dumelo hasn't had a conversation with you?
I heard they said they will talk to us. But as we speak, Eric Opoku is our friend. He's our very good friend. He's a friend to peasant farmers. We've been talking on a daily basis. But for no reason, with all this and that happened, I haven't heard anything from him.
Wow.
We had conversation with Chief Director who promised that they are looking into it. We are still waiting.
We've been talking about driving the agric force or getting people into agriculture. Do you think that this, in a way, can dip the excitement or the encouragement people have to enter into farming?
You see, I don't even know how to describe it. Me, this year, I spent 7 million Ghana cedis.
7 million?
Yes. Just on youth, like with a woman being around 60 to young women between the age of 18 to 35, being the majority, to produce rice, soybeans, and maize. I bought fertilizer for them. We gave them training. They are supposed to pay back in kind so that I'll sell them, and the next year I'll extend to other people. We started a recovery. Anywhere I go, they said, Doc, the rice is there. You can come and take it. Where am I taking it to? All the mills that have been milling our rice, we have a Tamana mills in the Nasia, and then we have another big mill in the Techiman, the Don. These are people who are actually supporting us, buying our rice and milling. I spoke to Tamana not quite alone. Somebody who used to engage 135 workers, he laid down. They are now 45. And he's telling me by the end of this month, if nothing happens, you have to lay all of them off. So now, with this happening, do you think next year, even me, who is promoting the youth, will I have the capacity to promote them? Those who have produced and they can't sell, will they be motivated to continue? And those who also look up to those who are in, would they want to come in? No, there are a lot. Look, I can give you a typical example. I can mention names of people I personally brought who were doing galamsey
into the farming
and set them up to be producing rice. Now they call me and I can't say anything. So if this issue doesn't address, it means what will happen to those people? They are likely to go back.
Will you say that maybe we are not getting enough market or people to buy, and even the government, which is a big buyer, because enough value is not being added to the rice we are producing?
You see, our rice, look, when I give you our grade 1 rice, there is no any imported rice. That is as quality as what we are producing. For our people have come in with advanced rice mills that mill the rice the same way as that of Thailand, Vietnam, and other areas. Go to Techiman, go and look at the machine that the Don is using. It can be, it's comparable to any other global processing mill. It can mill, it can sort, it can brand, it can package. So the problem is not about the quality. I think the problem is just policy. And when we talk, we don't want to bound our hopes in government. Government cannot buy, even the 100 million government announced, yes, will buy only about 20,000 metric tons. That cannot do anything. The point we are making is that after the CD appreciated, produce outside Ghana become cheaper if you manage to bring them to Ghana. But if they were passing through the legal approved channels to get into the country, the situation will not be the same. But those people, they bring them through unapproved route without paying any taxes to raise revenue for the country. And when they come, they then reback them. So what we are just calling on government is that, look, let's tighten our borders to prevent those people from passing through there. They should pass through the legal borders. And when they come, Once you know that your farmers have competitive advantage, they can also produce. You impose taxes on them. In that case, you are raising revenue. The same revenue goes back to now support production, marketing, and ensuring that we are getting the quality. But we are not doing that and allowing these people, giving them advantage over us.
For how long did it take your association or the leadership of the farmers to notice that our borders are porous? For this reason, it's affecting the farmers locally.
I think it's not now. We've been hammering on this over and over and over and over. But usually when the exchange rate is not, when the CD is low, usually you don't see these things happening. So that's why in the past you don't hear it say much. Because when the CD was above 15 to the dollar, nobody will bring anything in. We were rather sending out. And that's where you hear the government actually impose a ban, restricting us from
not
selling.
To export.
Yeah, not to export. You see, that's the irony. You said we shouldn't export, yet you are allowing others to import and dump on us. Are you getting? So what I have and outsiders want to buy, you are preventing me from selling to them. And you allow outsiders to bring their own to come and compete with me. Yet I am creating jobs for Ghanaians. I'm ensuring that the inflation is stable. I'm ensuring that the exchange rate is stable. I'm ensuring that our people are eating healthy food. So I should rather be the victim.
Maybe, Doc, we may not have thought of it how maybe we can convert the rice we are producing to other things. You being a sector player or an industry player, what do you think that about over 200,000 metric tons of rice we have in the system, if bought, could be used for? Value addition again.
Yeah, so a lot. Look, there is one company I always use as example that are changing lives, that I wish government will put in policies to ensure that others also adopt the same model. You hear of Guinness Ghana?
Yes.
In 2019, Guinness Ghana used to import about 70 to 80% of the raw material that they used to produce. They came to engage us that, look, what can we do? They have spoken to the government. Government is willing to give them some tax rebate so that they can buy from Ghana. So they need sorghum. So sorghum can be replacement to barley that they always bring in. They said that we all agree. We told them our production challenges, which has to do with the inputs, has to do with quality, has to do with mechanization and training. We agreed, signed an agreement. Today, Guinness Ghana buy all their raw material 100% from our farmers.
Wow.
And many farmers are actually sifting from other crops to produce sorghum. And they are making money. You go there, they'll give you testimony. That is only one company. We have Nestle Ghana. We have other companies that are processing. Governments will approach them with the same concept. That, look, we'll give you some tax rebate. After all, buying it from the farmers, you are creating jobs for them. You are stabilizing your economy yeah. and ensuring that the currency is stable. The same can be done for the rice and maize. But just like I said earlier, we are always interested in procurement, buying fertilizer for them, buying seed for them. When they produce, whatever happened to them, we don't care.
How many farmers are involved
in this?
Yes.
Over 1.2 million. Because if you look at the farmer population, majority of them are into this cereal production. They are into maize, they are into soya beans, they are into rice. And not only them, we have mechanization service providers, we have the millers who are also affected by the same thing. We have other association members, we have inputs, because if farmers are not able to sell, they can also buy your inputs.
Yes.
So we have people who have volunteered. This demonstration we have in Tamale, people are traveling all the way from Volta region, incurring their own transport costs from Upper West, from Western region, moving to Tamale to join.
What are you having a demonstration?
Next week, Monday.
Which will be
10th November. Yeah.
November.
Yeah.
You are demonstrating.
And we are going to replicate that in all the 16 regions. So Monday, I know your team will be there because we think that our governments are taking us for granted. When they appoint people, they don't know that they are there to act for the people. I could have also been a politician. I could have been a minister. I have all the qualifications to become a Greek minister.
Yeah.
Or even to contest to become a president of Ghana. So if I choose to be producing and I'm paying taxes, and then we put you as a leader to coordinate policies and other things, and we talk and you don't listen, what can we do?
Let me just come back to the demonstration again. What is the demonstration to? What are you protesting?
Yeah, we are protesting that governments will listen to us. Because we've been doing this call for all this, more than 2 weeks now. And it's like government is adamant. They don't listen to what we are telling them. Because we say, one, block the illegal borders, don't allow people to be dumping expired right on us. That's one. Two, taxpayer money has been released to National Food Buffer Stock. You claim you went to buy grains, and we are in the communities. Give us the communities where you bought the grains. It's difficult. Government is not able to list any community. Another 100 million is coming. We don't want to sit down so that by the end of the day, they say they went and bought it. We want them to come up with all the names of the aggregators, those who are going to buy, the communities they are buying, so our farmers can approach them and sell whatever they have.
Is it that you don't trust them that they say, we have bought it, we've received this amount of money from the government, and we've purchased whatever we have to buy with the amount of money that we've bought? It looks like there's a little doubt in there. Yeah,
so that's why we want them to clear the doubt. So it's very simple. Publish the names of those you gave the contracts to go and buy, the community they bought from. It's very simple. The money is not for NAFCO, it's for all of us. I'm a taxpayer.
Yeah, you are.
So if you release my money, I'm asking you, tell me what you use the money for. Is it difficult? They have the list. So we'll be engaging them, they talk, we say, publish the name and let us know the communities where you bought from. You see, our policy makers have taken Ghanaians for granted for a very long time. Once somebody gets opportunity to sit there, he becomes a boss. And that everybody should say, master, yes, sir, master to them. But it's very simple. You are working in public office. You are being paid by the taxpayer. You did something, say, publish the name, let's know them, so that we can send our produce for them to buy. Is that one too a problem?
Wow.
So that's where we are.
So first demonstration, November 10.
Yeah, in Tamale.
In Tamale.
Yeah.
And
the next one is going to Volta.
It's going to Volta.
And then the third one is going to Central.
Okay.
We will pick it in Accra first.
Okay.
After the Central region, we are coming to pick it at the Flaster House. Indefinite, we are coming, this region will come and be there for 1 week. They'll move, another region will come until the president comes to listen to us. Our demands are simple. We want the president to come and tell us, you have a social contract with us. The reason we voted for you. So come and tell us, this is the problem we have. How are we solving it? It's very simple.
Wow. Let's now come to the livelihood, or how these farmers are surviving when it comes to, now that their produce are not being purchased and they are not able to go about their day-to-day activities. When you visit them in their various communities, tell us, how are they surviving?
Yeah, you know, farmers do so many things. Ghanaian farmers, especially smallholder farmers, they do livestock, they do poultry, they do goat and other things. So most of them are relying on the livestock to go and sell to be able to survive. But it's not easy, because seeing that you have invested so much just getting wasted or going to be lost for no fault of yours. But just somebody will have to sit somewhere, just do something small, and everything is okay.
Look, we have close to 35 million people in this country, if not more. Do you think that we can produce, or we have enough in this country to say that we would stop the importation of some food items and fully feed ourselves in this country? You think that we can do that?
Look, let me tell you, the countries where we import most of our food items from, Ghana, in terms of comparative advantage in food production, we are far, far, far ahead. I grew up in the north, in Upper East region, as a tomato farmer.
Oh.
Those days, we sent tomatoes. Burkina come to Navrongo. You heard of Navrongo tomatoes?
Yes.
I'm from Navrongo. Burkina come to Navrongo to come and buy tomatoes. Their farmers come to learn from us. Today, about 80% of the tomatoes you consume is coming from Burkina. Currently, we are self-sufficient in cassava, self-sufficient in maize. We are actually the second leading producer of yam globally after Nigeria.
Globally?
Yes, after Nigeria. We are leading producer of cocoa. Until recently, we allow Côte d'Ivoire to overtake us.
Yeah.
So if you look at most of the food items that we import, I mean, it's self-made. Onions, every month, we spend $2 million US importing onions
from Niger?
From Niger, Nigeria, Burkina, Mali. In those days, you heard of Boko Red. You go to that valley, the white vaulted valley. In fact, farmers produce a lot of onions. But they just have to give up, just like the tomatoes. Because you produce, where to sell it is a problem. Nobody pays attention to you. And they see that there are other areas that their colleagues are making cheap money. So you see, most of the farmers are now leaving the farming. And there is also another trend which would affect us. You know, all of us, we grew. My father was a farmer, the late. My mother is still a farmer. I get in it. When I went to school and I told them I was going to do agri, I said, no. If you want to do agri, then it's better you just stop. We don't need to waste our resources because we are already doing agri and we are sitting here. Today, many youth, after completing school, nobody wants to be associated with farming. They are looking for offices to go and sit there.
Yeah.
Simple because we've not made the sector attractive. Those people, I said, they are benefiting from my project. Most of them are between 18 to 35 years. They were, last year, there were others who were coming because they saw that they were doing well, because there's good market for whatever they're doing. But what is happening this year? Do you think if those people should come in, they find their own ways to produce, and by the end of the day, they are not able to sell? Will they continue again?
No.
And will it be attractive for others outside to want to come in? And you who have a child, who want to also go into farming, seeing what is happening, will you encourage the child to go? So that is our problem. We need to make the sector attractive so that those who are in will maintain, and those who want to come in will also come in.
So I say that this glut that we are recording, maize, rice, and other things, if it's not well handled, we may have a time when we will have shortage of these commodities or these products.
Me, this year I didn't do maize. I did rice, but I didn't do maize.
Why?
Because the last year one is still lying there. Why will I produce when I can sell? So most of my investment went into sorghum. Because with sorghum, the moment I produce, even at the farm gate, Guinness Ghana will come to buy.
Oh.
Yes. So if this will continue, the consequences will be massive. Government may talk, you may introduce very good policies, but if by the end of the day, you don't create the market situation for people to be able to sell, I'm not sure it's going to help us.
Look, I just got a message. Good morning, Mr. Presenter. I went to the market to buy rice. I had wanted to buy locally produced rice, but the price scared me away. If the price is relatively cheaper compared to the imported one, I believe Ghanaians will start eating locally produced. They should look at the prices. Is this an issue that has come to your attention?
So you see, I mentioned this earlier. And this rice, we need to also look at the variety of rice we talk about. Today, when you go to the market, the quality grade 1 local rice, 50 kg, is going for 600 Ghana cedis. When you take Lele rice, it's going for 700 to 800 Ghana cedis. Which one is more expensive? Even though there are other brands of rice, that is going for 450 Ghana cedis. And those are the brands that I'm telling you, they come through the illegal means.
Oh.
And those ones, we cannot even guarantee the quality.
So if the border is now checked, we don't have porous border, what will be sold on the market, which we deem as exotic or foreign rice, would be sold at its original price.
Yes.
And we would you see that the locally manufactured or the rice local ones are cheaper than what are being brought in.
And besides that, people will be buying quality. You see, I want us to emphasize on the quality. Because those rice that we are getting 450, the quality is something that is not checked. And we don't really know what we are consuming. But this one, we produce it here, we mail it here, we sell it within a year or two. But this rice sometimes is packed for more than 10 years. When it becomes unusable or not safe for human consumption, they then bring them and dump it on us. So they can afford to give any price that the consumer is looking for.
But aren't the authorities saying this?
But are we eating quality food? So we were saying that Ghana Standard Board need to also sit up. They should go to the various markets and start doing some checks, do quality checks on the type of rice that we are putting there. We shouldn't just limit the unknown brands, because now they go and buy the known brands and rebag them into those ones. So once you are going, you think that you are buying lily rice. You are buying expired rice. The content is not lily rice.
Wow.
So that is what is happening in our markets.
Doc, before you take leave of us, final words to every individual or stakeholders within the space. You understand you'll be embarking on the demonstration, so definitely you'll be pushing your demands there out forcefully. But what are the things that you think that you want to leave us with as to how well we should manage this food glut so that it doesn't get out of hand?
Yeah, so let me first of all be very honest. We still appreciate our government, especially the president. They have very good intention for agriculture sector. They did a couple of things that we are seeing that is signs of progress. In terms of the Feed Ghana, this year some free fertilizers were given to smallholder farmers, which is good. Intention to establish mechanization centers and then irrigation and then feeder rows, some even put under the big push. We appreciate all that. And as farmers, I think we contributed so much for them coming to power. We appreciate that. But the message we want to give them is we can't focus our policy on only production, and when it comes to marketing, processing, value addition, we leave it to the mercy of the farmer. It goes beyond that. So what we are doing is not to say we disrespect or we don't acknowledge the efforts of the government, but we only want to let the government know that we still have major challenges that with all these interventions that they are putting, if attention is not given to those areas, we won't go anywhere. So I'll now take the opportunity to also send a word to Ghana Association of Rice Producers and Millers, who actually initiated this whole program, bringing in all the other bodies on board. As I mentioned at the beginning, we have the Peasant Farmers Association of Ghana, we have Chamber of Agribusiness Ghana, we have National Seed Trade Association, we have Crop Life, we have General Agriculture Workers Union, we have Piebald Rice Association, we have Ghana Rice Interprofessional Body. All of them contributed resources and their knowledge to what we are doing. And they are all actually, their representatives and their members are moving with us in Tamale for a start. So I want to appreciate all of them. Let me also say a big thank you to City News.
And ChannelOne TV.
And ChannelOne TV. In fact, you've been doing massive. And I will encourage you not to stop here. Try to walk the journey with us. After all, what we are calling is not individual glory. We are calling for food security. We are calling for jobs for our people. We are calling for economic stability. And then we are calling for rural development. Because once you are developing agriculture sector, you are developing rural areas. And they hold the key to stability of this country because they form majority of our population. So,
thank you so much. Before we go, final message that came through said, good morning, ChannelOne. Farming is not attractive anymore. We struggle to farm, but we are not getting buyers. Even if we get buyers, they prefer to buy it how they wish, not how the farmers wish. We okra farmers are suffering in Volta. Anyway, Doc, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Dr. Charles Nyaba is former Executive Director, Peasant Farmers Association of Ghana, and he is leading the charge, asking the government to do the needful when it comes to the food glut in this country. He's leading a number of associations to demand what is best in the country, and also they will be embarking on a demonstration November 10, that is on Monday, starting in Tamale, where they are ensuring that they are registering their displeasure when it comes to what is happening in this country concerning food glut. You're still watching Breakfast